Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, we had a foggy start to the day today, and that fog has cleared out, and we're seeing some sunshine right now. Temperatures are into the 50s, 53 in Lansing and Grand Ledge, 55 in Jackson, and 52 degrees in Hillsdale. We'll slowly start to see those clouds increase ahead of our next weather system, but right now is the best time for you to head outside and see some sunshine. Like I mentioned, we're going to continue to see those clouds move in, and we even have the chance for those showers, but we're going to see those temperatures back into the mid 50s. All the details coming up in just a little bit. 6 News at Noon starts right now.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News at Noon.
Families of the victims of the Oxford High School shooting are demanding answers nearly 3 years since the tragedy. It's our top story at noon. Hello and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Jorma Duran. Megan is off today. Today, those parents and many others held a press conference expressing frustration with the investigation into the deadly school shooting. Zach Priest is here for you now with more. Zach?
This morning, families of the victims and survivors of the Oxford High School shooting have once again called on Attorney General Dana Nessel to investigate the shooting and the aftermath. Speakers expressed frustration with the Attorney General and other governmental bodies because there hasn't been a formal investigation into the shooting. They described school shootings as an epidemic killing our children and said they need to keep asking questions in order to get to the bottom of this. 4 students were killed and 7 others were injured that morning back in 2021. Today, they made it clear that they want the state to take a closer look at what led up to the tragedy and how police investigated the incident.
It's been 3 years since the shooting, and we haven't implemented any real change. Obviously, to implement change, you need to know what happened. An investigation will reveal the truth to drive the change.
And one panel member said that only a third of people at the school cooperated with the investigation, and the subpoena power of a state investigation would be helpful.
Zach, thank you very much. The Lansing Board of Water and Light lifted up the tank for its new water tower today. The BWL received a grant in the form of loan forgiveness and a low-interest loan from the Drinking Water State Revolving Fund program to fund multiple upgrade projects that include the construction of the water tower, water treatment plant upgrades, drilling new wells, and replacing aging water infrastructure. BWL officials say the water tower will increase reliability for its customers by maintaining water pressure to support daily water use.
The design of this tower is to help the water utility save electric rates, because at night when the rates are down, they'll fill the tower up, and when electric rates are on peak, they'll draw the tower down, which saves pumping costs, which ultimately saves the water customers in the city.
The water tank is expected to be fully operational in the fall of 2025. There's a major shift in U.S. policy involving Ukraine. President Biden has now authorized President Zelensky to use American-made weapons for deeper strikes inside Russia. At the same time, Russia launched one of its largest attacks in months on Ukrainian civilians. Imtiaz Tayab is here for you now with the latest on this new development.
They were targeted as they slept. At least 11 people were killed and dozens more wounded after what Ukraine has called one of the largest Russian missile and drone attacks since the start of the war. Much of it hitting the country's energy grid. Now, Ukrainian forces will be able to retaliate harder and further like never before. Following President Biden's decision to allow the use of U.S.-supplied long-range missiles deep inside Russia. The Army tactical missile systems travel at supersonic speed and has a range of up to 190 miles. For months, Ukrainian forces have been launching drone attacks into Russian territory, but with limited effect. President Volodymyr Zelensky has welcomed the weapons. Strikes are not made with words, he says. The missiles will speak for themselves. In September, Russian President Vladimir Putin issued a dire warning against allowing Ukraine to fire U.S.-supplied long-range missiles, saying it would mean that NATO countries, the United States, and European nations are parties to the war in Ukraine. Since then, Putin has dramatically raised the stakes by overseeing the deployment of at least 11,000 North Korean troops alongside Russian forces. While in the capital, Kyiv, a makeshift tribute has been set up to mark the 1,000th day of the war, as loved ones mourn the loss of tens of thousands of Ukrainians.
And President Biden's decision has triggered a furious response from within Russia, with Russian lawmakers calling the move unacceptable and warning it could trigger what they called World War III. President Putin, however, has so far remained silent. Imtiaz Taib, CBS News, London.
AAA expects record-setting travel numbers for Thanksgiving. Nearly 2.6 million Michigan residents are forecast to travel 50 miles or more for the holiday. That's an all-time high for Thanksgiving and 65,000 more travelers than last year. National travel numbers are also expected to set new records with an estimated 79.9 million travelers. The 2% growth amounts to 1.7 million more people than the previous record set last year and 2 million more than in the year 2019. Now, if you're out on the roads today and need gas, it'll cost you a little more to reach your destination. Gas prices in Michigan are up 9 cents compared to last week, to an average of $3.13 a gallon for regular unleaded, although that's 21 cents less than at this same time last month and 18 cents less than at this same time last year. And do you have photos or videos from your hunt this year? Share them for all of Mid-Michigan to see. Just head to our website, WLNS.com, click on the virtual buck poll story, then click the Add Photo button.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. 6 cents.
Well, we had some very dense fog this morning, and you can see that on the video behind me. Very hard to see on the roadways this morning, but thankfully it has improved quite a bit this morning and into this afternoon. Let's take a look at our current conditions. We're seeing those quiet skies right now, just some filtered sunshine right now, so get out and enjoy it, as we're going to see some changes in the forecast coming up over the next couple of hours. Right now we're looking at those temperatures into the 50s, 53 degrees, and it feels a little bit humid out there. That's because our humidity is right around 66 degrees, making it feel like 53 degrees. And we're going to continue to see that milky, hazy sunshine through those clouds. Temperatures over in Grand Ledge, 54 degrees, feeling like 54 degrees. We're seeing a little bit more foggy conditions down in Hillsdale. Temperatures are still into the 50s this morning. And on our final stop, we're still seeing that filtered sunshine through the clouds here in Jackson, 55 degrees, feeling like 55 degrees. Now we are seeing that filtered sunshine, but we're going to continue to see those clouds increase ahead of our next weather system. In fact, we can start to see some of the rain showers moving into the very far corner of Michigan. Zooming out though, here is that weather system. It's a lot of rain moving in associated with this low pressure system. Good thing we're on the warm side, so we're just going to see some rain showers out of this. Let's take you through that for today and even into tomorrow. For tonight, we'll see those clouds increase by 3 p.m. We'll start to see maybe a few showers here or there. It's going to be very light in nature. Moving into the evening, heavier rain showers move in, and then by the time we are heading to bed, maybe around midnight, we'll see a little bit of a lull, and then as we head into the day tomorrow, we're going to pick up that activity with the heaviest of rain happening right around the morning commute time. Then as we head into the rest of the day, we'll just see some drizzly, showery activity throughout the rest of the day, and that will continue into some of Wednesday as well, as we continue to see for the start of our Wednesday. But back to today, we'll see those temperatures into the 50s, which is still well above average. Typically for this time of year, we're supposed to be into the 40s, 57 degrees for today. Tonight, we'll be back down into the 40s, 49 degrees tonight with those scattered showers, heavy at times. And then as we head into the next couple of days, including into Tuesday, we'll continue to see those temperatures into the 50s, possibly even 60 degrees for tomorrow, as we're on the warm side of this low pressure system, and that's going to usher in some warmer air. Unfortunately though, we're going to continue to see the chance for rain throughout the rest of the week. We're going to see temperatures drop back down into the 40s, and as you can see, by Thursday we're going to see the chance for our first snowfall of the season. That just means that our air temperatures and our ground temperatures are still very warm, so we won't see a whole lot of accumulation, but just the chance for those grassy surfaces like your cars and even your yards to have just that little layer of some some snow, but we'll keep an eye on that moving through the next couple of days.
Yep, here we go. We're getting there.
We're getting there,
Okay,
yes.
we appreciate it. Well, Thanksgiving is almost here, but 6 News is also kicking off another holiday tradition, and we need your help. We want to recognize remarkable women here in mid-Michigan who make a difference for their families and the community as a whole. To make a submission, click on the Remarkable Women section of our website, WLNS.com, and tell us all about the remarkable woman in your life. We'll pick 4 women and profile them during Women's History Month in March. You have until December 20th to nominate someone. Well, coming up on 6 News at noon, we'll have the latest on the Trump transition as controversy continues over some of his picks. So keep it right there, 6 News at noon. We'll be right back.